voice chat. Uh,
I don't think I want
What do
to.
you?
Oh, good
Okay,
I
well,
lord.
think
we
this is. I
are.
think.
We so this is now the second episode of
How are we
E
doing?
HESN. Um, we're going to be talking about the week one um playoffs that we recently had for ECAC. We had a couple of teas as of last episode that we looked at for the position in playoffs, and a couple of them still stayed, and some of them have been eliminated. If we want to go to, we can start from Overwatch first.
I was gonna say let's start with Overwatch. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
how did their playoffs work, by the way? Because what I saw in the ECAC server is that they were making people play 2 matches a day.
So almost every game has a doubleheader. The first game, um, some games that are like have a shit ton more people, like Street Fighter or Madden, have like two back-to-back doubleheaders. So there's doubleheader this week and last week, and it was doubleheader this week. Um, and for playoffs, at least in Overwatch, we could see that our Gold Huskies team beat out LIU 3-0. Um,
And then just barely
there was
lost, it looks like.
there was some close maps in that game, honestly, despite it being 3-0. But then we went up against Merrimack, and Merrimack, if we go to that match, Merrimack versus Gold Huskies. So the people that were put in the entire time were myself, Austin, Graham, Tesu, and Jake. Uh, so this is a completely, well, not completely. This is a different lineup as it was before that we faced Merrimack. If we want to go to that match, if we click on Gold Huskies and look at the Merrimack match,
The one on November 1st. So you guys just they had your
so
number all season.
we had the only different lineup was swapping me and Nick. So uh we we lost there 3-2 in that match originally, and it was very close. We decided to swap the lineup around after that second game, after game two, because we were down 2-0. We won 2 games in a row, and then you could see it was 3-2 that final match. Literally could have gone either way. Then if we go back to playoffs for this team, we could see that we won the first one. Then they went to win two. Well, no, we went to win two, so we were up 2-1, and then that push map. So like each of these games are a different game mode. So
Okay.
game one is control. Uh, game two, I believe, is escort or hybrid, and then game three is either hybrid or escort. Game four was especially the most disappointing because we were so it's push, which means you take a robot and basically push it um push it towards the side of the enemy's like spawn, and whoever has the
Or
largest
this distance.
distance wins. And we lost by 2 meters
Oh,
in that
Oh,
game.
that's gotta suck.
that's dude, that's
I remember. I remember I used to play Overwatch, not so much anymore,
Mhm.
and that was always the most stressful game mode,
Yeah,
especially for someone like me, because I mained. I had a few mains, but it was. I think he's called Cassidy now.
yeah,
Cassidy, Widowmaker, and Genji were my three like highest played operators or agents or whatever they're called, and that's a stressful game mode.
for real. Yeah, we had so that first game they went up with they had a lineup that I don't I had no I personally have no idea how it worked, but it did. And they brought that same they brought that same lineup back in game 4 and 5 with different heroes. So uh the definitely w- for when we're looking back at uh like replays and stuff, just seeing where we could get better. Whatever thing that they had, we need to find a way to stop
The,
that because that
yeah.
is that whatever lineup that was really the thing that killed us. They had a pretty cracked diva
Oh,
basically,
good lord.
and
That's not fun.
I think they combined that with a May, and so you're basically slow, and then she would bomb in and destroy people. So yeah, it's
It's
a bit.
essentially you're gonna sit here and you're gonna die, and you don't have
Yeah.
a choice. Honestly, that's how it feels when you play aggressive one round in Siege, and the next round they run immediately and go do all traps.
hmm
It's like you now have to play really slow, and you have to play to what we want to do.
It's frustrating for sure. A lot of members on this team took it very hard, I'd say. But the thing is that
Oh,
this is also the exact place last year that we ended as well. Not against this team, but against a different team. Um, but yeah. So besides Overwatch, we have what next? Rocket League.
which
Ah.
Rocket League I think is still in too, right? Or do they do a
No.
doubleheader? And dude, these
So
fucking
yeah,
doubleheaders are
there's two
ridiculous.
situations with Rocket League, and each of them are interesting in their own ways.
Oh, here
Um,
we go with ECAC, an interesting situation. That's
Not
all I'm
ECAC.
saying. It's not ECAC's fault this time.
For one of the teams, ECAC's
one of
fault.
them it kind of is, but yeah, we can start. We'll start off with USM Huskies A. So USM Husky, the Rocket League A team had a great round one, as they had been doing all season. They obliterated their opponent 4-0. But then we go to game two, and the way that they were scheduled, game one was at 8 o'clock, and then game two is basically anytime after that. I think ECAC had set the default time to 10 o'clock. So our team captain for Team A had the great idea of going to sleep in between games, and he didn't wake up.
He he just
You know,
went to
honestly,
bed, and you guys forfeited essentially.
That's what they
Mhm.
had to do because they couldn't get they couldn't get the sub in time, so they were forced to forfeit.
That sounds like a skill issue to me, man. Just make sure you get the sub on. Like
oof.
the sub should be. No, actually, I'm just messing with you
They,
guys. But I
I
like.
Yeah,
was gonna say they didn't need the sub the entire season. This is the only
yeah.
time
They
that
they they had
They
they
would
had
have
they
needed
had
it is when he
never
was sleeping.
used the sub all season. This was the only time that he was ever needed. So
And he
and
was not
he
there.
wasn't there.
if we look
But
actually at GFU,
oh
this is
yeah.
especially
Oh, mm-hmm.
something. If you look at GFU, you look at the regular season. So they played them right
Week
there,
4.
week 4, and 4-1.
Yep.
So
The
they
A team would
definitely
have
would
just
have beat
walked
that.
all over him,
Yeah.
and
So
the team captain
it
fell asleep. That's unfortunate.
yeah.
Yeah.
If Nathan
Oh.
hadn't have unfortunately fallen asleep in that game, then we would most likely have a team going into the semifinal, going into round of
Quarters.
8. Yeah, quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals, yeah.
And I think
Uh,
if we look at that matchup, I think they also I think they're
Probably
also
would have
matched up
made it to
fairly.
finals.
They're matched up fairly well for against the 5 seed for that quarterfinals game. And then
yeah.
we come to the B team. So
Oh boy.
this B team, it wasn't a terrible matchup. We had our first game. Our first game we went up against the 18th seed. We beat them 4-1 fairly convincingly, and we were heading into this match against Newman, the number 2 seed, with really high standards for ourselves. So this Newman Knights team, the ranks on ECAC are not what they say they are.
Are they higher or lower?
This Evan RL kid, he is let's just say higher than he is projected, than he
Okay.
says he is.
Okay. I don't
So
like that.
this game one, the only conclusion that we came to was that this Evan kid was not trying game one. We beat them game one in overtime 2-1, and I me being like kind of like the vocal leader of that team was obviously ecstatic that we beat them once. Like the 15 seed beat the 2 seed. Oh, like holy crap, we
Something's
can
about to
actually beat this
happen
team.
here.
It's like cause going through that game too, I saw absolutely nothing wrong with what we did as a team, and I thought we fully had them on the ropes. And then this Evan kid starts trying, and we get dumpstered on. Like
That
honestly, like
He's like, I'm fully convinced the guy just
like
wasn't trying.
well, because here's the thing. If me and Lucas use our RL tracker for like the actual ranks, since ECAC has just like they aren't accurate. They're just
They're
not.
just making up ranks at this point.
They're not. So both me and Lucas go to ECAC. This kid is Grand Champion 1 in ones, which actually no, sorry, Grand Champion 1 in threes, which actually isn't too far from what his actual rank says. He says he's Champ 3. Grand Champion 1 is only one rank above it, so that's understandable. But in doubles and ones, he is the highest rank in the game. And he is far up the highest rank. He's like 2200 MMR in both doubles
Oh my!
and singles. This kid was not trying game 1.
He was just like,
He
eh,
was not.
I'll
He
take
was
a game off.
he was not. He wasn't trying.
I hate that. He's just like, I'm gonna take a game off.
Like literally, I genuinely don't know what else to do, because it's like even if it's like the game score from games 2 through 5, it's like yeah, like we lost, and it looks like we lost pretty bad. Even with him trying, we were like eating those games until like the last minute or so. Still, it's we easily could have beat him, because he was it doesn't show game score, but in game score he was like on average throughout games 2 through 5, he was averaging like 600-700 points.
Yeah, no. Siege was kind of the same way with our regular season disappointment, where even though the kid was, we think, cheating, we still could have our Pickle had 18. Like Pickle was outperforming their entire team
Mm-hmm.
without try. Like I don't even think he was really fully trying, and it's like one of those things where like, well, matchmaking is a thing,
Yeah,
and they're not very good at it.
yeah,
I'm just
they're
gonna
not
be
very good
honest.
at much, are they?
it doesn't seem like that's why I was excited when Lucas told me how the other league does it, because the
Yeah.
other league does the
The
whole rank
actual
stuff.
way.
NEC, yeah, they do it a lot better, like
So
a
you guys
lot
aren't playing
better.
any CAC next semester?
I mean, it's up to the team, but I don't think any of them. I don't think any of us want to play
Yeah.
in
That's how the C team is. I don't think
ECAC.
anyone on the C team wants to deal with
Because
some
the thing is,
particular
yeah.
ECACA staff.
Because
I'm not gonna name drop,
Lucas,
but there's a few of them.
Lucas told
You
me that
should. You should name
the
drop,
way
honestly.
the way
No, everyone knows.
Lucas mentioned the way the NECC does it is that they have a 2-week period before the regular season starts. That is like a play
It's like a
rank.
preseason almost.
Yeah, it's a preseason, but they use it as like a rank placement, so you're in the right divisions.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they actually care about division placements. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
like it's basically like
A league that runs it
so
correctly.
I was gonna say with Rocket League specifically, Lucas told me that they want he at least thinks that you guys play at both, but you guys don't have to. You can literally just play at one. It doesn't matter.
I think
But
for me, I think it's usually for me it can be difficult for me to get to Wednesdays, but Fridays are ridiculously open for me always. So
yeah, the only
I'm all online next semester, so I should be chill. I'm chilling.
What
yeah
day does Apex play again, by the way? Just so we can talk about
Tuesday,
future stuff. Okay. Wait.
and then R6 also plays on Tuesday. So
Oh, and my Tuesdays aren't the freest day. I'll say that.
yeah,
Well, actually, that's sort of a lie because like I have class until 3:30, and then after that I'm free for the rest of the day. So, yeah.
yeah, I was the only thing with Friday right now is that if I do the NECC, then we're gonna have to work something out for league, because
yeah. With I was gonna
that'll
say
be a problem.
with Rocket League, I I have no idea who's gonna be wanting to go where for Rocket League. But if the teams stay relatively the same, it seems like you guys have a good like like your schedule conflicts have been pretty like non-existent, I'd say. Uh,
Oh yeah, yeah.
as,
Because we've had some good luck with teams actually accepting our reschedules.
yeah. Um, Besides Rocket League, though, actually, one thing, if we go back to playoffs, one thing that I also want to say that further makes teammates lack of appearance disappointing is they did beat that fossil fuel team as well.
It didn't even look close.
So,
In the
uh,
match that you guys looked at, it didn't even look like it was close. Like, it looked like if they
4-1.
showed up, it would have just been same results. I don't think anything would have changed. Like, I don't think that the A team would have changed anything. And
Yeah,
honestly,
it should have been.
the way this A team looked like it performed the first 2 rounds, I don't know how the other teams performed, but there was a high chance possibly this A team goes all the way and wins this thing. So
Yeah,
that sucks, but I mean things happen.
Mhm.
I bet he felt awful after he woke up and realized that they had
Yeah,
forfeited because of him.
I talked to Lucas and he said that Nathan's not feeling too well right now about it.
yeah, yeah. Um, so the next team we could go to, let me look at what we got here. We can go to uh we skipped NBA. We can go to NBA. So NBA is another very unfortunate situation
Oh boy, here we go.
if we go to playoffs.
What happened? Was it ECAC again?
It
No,
probably was. It wasn't
Oh,
ECAC this time.
it was not ECAC.
I love how that's our first assumption, by the way.
It was
yeah.
in fact so Cooper, some of our students lives like Portland generally for a lot of our um Portland for a lot of our students they once we're playing yeah please it's Shrek, thank you.
What was it?
It was the league view. We could see our own stream going on.
Oh, that's bad.
But one thing that was very unfortunate for a lot of our Portland students, this is not just with Cooper. Like, I'm not making this excuse just because Cooper lost, and that's why I thought he lost. But we've had problems with some uh, residents here in Portland that have been trying to play their games and suddenly either having huge lag spikes, uh, internet frying the bed, or literally getting disconnected from the game.
Mhm.
And Cooper in this case just had luckily only had had a bunch of lag going on and like spikes going on. I was personally commentating this match at the same time. There were times I had to apologize to the people viewing because it was so bad trying to see his screen.
Oh,
Uh,
that's
um,
unfortunate, man.
Oh, he's also lucky he didn't get called out by the fire alarm any of those games.
for real.
Imagine he's mid game and there's a fire alarm going off. What do you even?
Well,
You just.
Well, you'd pause the game.
I heard multiple times that they set off the fire alarm. People set off the fire alarms and they just because of random ass crap.
Oh, like
Yeah.
Upton Hastings today. It was
It-
actually
it-
burning. Like it was legit.
dude,
Like there
I
was
was
smoke.
I was in class and you texted me. My dorm's on fire. And my teacher was like, "Why's your phone ringing?" And he made me read out our text conversation, and he was like, "Again?"
Again.
And I was like, "Yeah, man."
All right, let's get back on topic. But yeah,
So the yeah, but Cooper was one of those players that we had going in playoffs that was very high seeded. I think he was third seed. Um, and if we look at the playoff bracket, uh, so he would if he won that, he would have gone against Eagles, Psychic, which he beat in week 8, and he said was like the closest match that he's ever played in NBA. So I think that if he would have had honestly, if he wouldn't have lived in Portland, He
Or
would,
if he would have just came to Gorham and played his game.
yeah, or that. But I don't blame him for not wanting to go into the room since it loud.
It is loud, yeah, but that's because you have 8 million people playing at the same time.
So I think that he would. I think he would be in semis honestly if he just didn't live in Portland. Another,
Downfall of our teams. Living in Portland.
yeah. I was gonna say personally,
Got it.
one of our players for White Huskies, they won the match overall, but they had one. They had Eric, uh, Eric Williamson, which is Pig Sparkles, kept DCing the entire match
Mid-game.
mid game, and he would get
Oh
back
no.
on and just like still play, but they ended up winning, but he kept DCing out of the match. So
That would be
yeah.
an absolute nightmare, I think.
Next one we could go to is Silas in Street Fighter.
Yes, Silas had Silas had some good matches. I heard.
Yeah, especially the one where
Monkey.
he has Monkey. Uh,
Monkey.
so Silas currently he beat out the 21st seed, 3-1, and then the next one after that, USF, whatever that is, Gold A.
Southern
Um,
Florida.
he's the one that he's the person that legit handed Silas one of his losses because another one is just via forfeit, and he was just playing Mario Kart.
Via forfeit
Said,
because they wanted to play Mario Kart.
yeah.
That's
So
because he didn't think he had to get placement, so he was like, "I'm good. I got the points.
Well,
I'm gonna
because
play
the
more."
thing is that match where he wanted to play where he wanted to play Mario Kart, he would bet he went God damn it, he went 4-0, and all he thought, oh, it's like, oh, I'm in playoffs now because I have 4 wins, so he just didn't play.
I remember
yeah,
hearing that story, and I was like, honestly, I wish the Siege team had that problem.
yeah. So the so that team that guy he was against was the first person to give him an actual loss. He started out 2-0, and then he reversed swept with 3 at the end there to get that win against the 5th seed. Um, One thing that is a bit concerning going to quarterfinals is EKU. Despite them being 29th ranked, you can see that they upset 2 teams that were of
The
higher rank,
4 seed.
the 4 seed and the
Oh,
13th seed.
There's some real
okay,
underdog stuff right there, honestly.
Yeah.
I
okay.
respect it.
Um, so it will be an interesting match to watch
When
out
is that
for
one?
on Tuesday, so tomorrow.
Okay, I might
I
have
was
to come and watch it.
I
There
heard from
there is
Silas
no
that
watching of it. He doesn't stream.
I heard from Silas that he's more worried about the number one because
Yeah,
he
the
told me
number one
he told me
team.
last week he's fairly confident that he's gonna win this quarterfinals.
Has he
Yeah,
beaten the number 1 seed?
No,
no, that was
I
the
don't
one he
think I
lost
don't
in
think.
Mario Kart.
Are we?
Wait, that was that match?
He
Yeah.
lost the number
If you
one. He
Oh,
go
lost the
come
number 1 seed
go
on.
because he
look at the
played
number one seed.
Mario Kart.
Yeah, if you go look at the number one seed, Keed Stingrays, uh, we can see
Yeah,
right there a
monkey.
Yeah, it's
loss
right
via
Yeah,
there.
forfeit because of Mario Kart.
That's really funny.
Now let me ask you this: does he win that match
Yeah.
if he plays it?
He said
Maybe.
that the person that he plays is Ken, and he has a very hard time fighting Kens. So I am not sure. But if he does win that
I think
EK, as
I
is,
think he was mentioning this in data structures earlier in the week about how Ken is basically like cheese in Street Fighter, and it's like it works, but it shouldn't.
Yeah.
yeah,
So he just like abuses
Bye-bye.
Ken to like full potential.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I
If
get
he
you.
does lose that match in semis though, if you scroll down,
If he
he
wins
still
that
has
match,
that
he'll have
he
to
still
play the
has
number
that
1 seed. No.
if he wins the EKU match, he plays the 1 seed, but even if he loses, he goes down to that match 32, and that match 32 plays for third.
Oh wait,
So
there's
he has
upper. Oh, I was gonna say there's upper and lower brackets here.
the
That's
so
cool.
that 32 plays for third place, and then if you win semis, you're automatically getting something. It's just a matter of if you're getting the first place award or second place award. So I think
Yeah.
Silas is a pretty good spot if he's able to pull out that win against the EKU. But it personally makes me nervous just because they beat the 4 and 13 seed, which are both
That's
one of them is
scary.
higher than him and one of them is near him. So, but I don't think the 12 seed for Silas is accurate just because of that one loss
So you
via
think he should
forfeit.
be like the 2 or 3 seed maybe?
Um, I'd say like maybe 5, 6.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would definitely say he's at least top 5.
Yeah. Um, but well, I mean, we'll have to see. Uh, I'm I'm not sure if even Silas knows that if he loses that semi that he has another match because he was
I
making
don't
it seem
think he
like
does. I don't think he does. I think it in his mind it's like, oh, if I lose that second match tomorrow, then I'm just done. I'm out.
yeah, I think that he thinks that too. I'm gonna have to tell him about it. Because also, uh, once he beat, I was watching. Once he beat that
Oh,
Southern
yeah,
Mississippi team,
I heard that story.
I messaged him and I was like, you know, you have another game tonight. I was just like, he was like,
Yeah,
oh, I do.
he's like, he's like, huh?
Yeah. And then he was just like, oh, let me go. It's just like I'm not even warmed up. And I was like, you just had a match. What do you mean? Warm up more than have your match. He's like, okay.
Okay.
uh, but yeah, Silas is definitely one to look out for. Another one is definitely one to look out for is Saeed in Madden. Now,
I messaged him because I saw those results and I was like, "Did you play good player?" Like, not any disrespect to the people he was playing, but like I think I know what mode they're playing this in. So to score a lot of points is crazy.
Saeed, so despite going up against two lower seeds, I think, yeah, despite going up against two lower seeds, he he wiped the floor with he like completely. That first game, the Husky Gold, uh, yeah.
Not
So
Damn.
even.
I
There's nothing. That's why like I said, I messaged him after. I said, "No disrespect to them, but did you play good players?"
I mean,
Like
he says they were.
he said
To
they
be
were
fair,
good, but I'm looking at the scores and I'm like,
Saeed is 44 from the power ranking for Madden.
"Oh, that's right. He's like
Um,
top 50
yeah.
in regs.
Uh,
He's a regs
so
demon."
that game one, we had that guy just rage quit after that 41-17, and then that first quarter, it was 29-0, and the guy got intercepted, and then he immediately just rage quit.
Jesus.
That second one, the
So on
5-12
tilt.
match. So that first round,
oh
something similar happened. That 20 he scored 27 in the first quarter, and the other team threw an interception, and he rage quit. And then that 24-7 was after the third quarter. Guy got an Saeed got an interception, and he rage quit. So, yeah.
That's gonna be insane, man.
That's really funny.
So I I personally, this is since it's a 32 bracket, this is the exact same situation as Silas. If he can pull out uh, a win here against Seiju in quarterfinals, he
He's
will
either
play
1, 2, or
semi.
3.
He will play. He is fifth, Saeed.
Yeah, but I'm
Um.
saying like placement overall.
Oh. Uh. Well, we don't know yet. He hasn't played that 4-5 match.
Yeah, but if he wins it, I'm saying he's either 1, 2, or 3.
Oh yeah, probably. Uh. So he that I don't know if he played at Madden Crawford. Well, that number one seed. Um, game 25. Madden Crawford. It's fine. If you go to Madden Crawford, cool. I don't think he did play him. If we go to November 26,
Was it close? You
he
think?
lost against him. and I think let me pull up
Ooh,
the
Yeah,
quote.
that's a close matchup.
that's a demon fight. That's what that is.
If we go to match results, because I know Saeed always posts his match results. Let me scroll up, and he said, "quote I gotta stop trolling in these games, LMAO." So I think
Which, by the way,
Saeed
is insane. The fact that he only lost by a total of 7 points in 2 games.
he said that after that first game,
Wait,
we personally were I personally talked to him. He said after that first game of beating him 35-17, he decided he was only using the Cleveland Browns and going to only do rush plays.
oh my god, and
Why?
he still almost won.
The game 2 and game 3 are him playing the Cleveland Browns using rush plays.
That's
And
I mean,
I
at least he's got like a semi decent rusher. I mean, but like that's really it.
yeah,
I mean, that's all you need. If you're running run plays, that's all you're gonna need, bro. Like
I guess.
you just
but
Nick Chubb
um
in Madden, you just run through people and you hold the right
Honestly,
stick
yeah,
forward.
I
Nick
per
Chubb, you could either do run up the gut or just like some sort of screen pass.
No, I'm only running up the gut with Nick Chubb. I'm gonna max pro and I'm just gonna run halfback dive every play. That's my only play in the playbook is halfback dive. And if you
he
can't stop it, oh well, I'm dropping 50. It's it's that simple.
Yeah.
he told me that he was just trolling with doing that. He just was doing it for the funds and
Like I said, which by
whatever.
the way is insane because he only lost by 4 in that one game and
4 and
then
then
6.
6.
So 10 points total in 2 games.
Yeah. Um,
Absolute demon
which
fights.
I am thinking that um if we go back to the playoff bracket,
So hope he
I'm
doesn't
thinking
troll.
that he is not. I think he's taking this seriously now, and he's like, "All right, I'm out here. I'm gonna just play this," because like not only the point difference between the games that he played and making the both opponents rage quit, um, but the fact
He's
that he
just
is now
pedal to the
playing,
metal.
he's been playing the Kansas City Chiefs the entire time and just dominating.
Oh, you know who he should play though?
Niners.
The Miami Dolphins. No, the Miami Dolphins. Just play the Miami Dolphins. Like I think I talked to you about this, Michael. I was like in the mode they're playing in. Defenses don't guard anything from what I've seen and heard. You can just run Tyreek
He
Hill up the seam, and if they play press coverage, it's a streak touchdown every single time. You just lob the ball up to him.
he
Like
also
they
keeps
guard nothing.
one of the things that he said, because they added a patch mid-season, he was just like, "Oh no, they nerfed defense."
They
Yeah,
nerfed
of course they
defense.
did. Why make it so that the game's actually hard? Offense go score a million points.
He said they patched defense. I'm dead. Yeah. I said
Yeah, they
EA
made
did. He went,
defense
yeah.
good.
He went, all the blitz plays are, all the mega blitzes are ass now.
Oh yeah, all the cheese blitz. He was running
So,
cheese blitzes, and they made it so that they actually get picked up now. And it's like, whoa, can't do anything now. Shit.
well, I was gonna say, I do not think that with patching defense that Saeed is in any trouble. I think he's just fine.
I think he's just joking because he's like, well, now I actually have to play legit defense and can't just rush blitz the entire time.
Yeah, probably.
Because the thing, Saeed came in. He wasn't a player last year. He came in from the interest form. I messaged him, and he was just like, here. I was like, I want to play Madden. Here, I'm like 44 power ranking. Can I be on a team? And he showed me like a screenshot of it. And I was like, oh, yes, sir, you can.
Yeah, we can do that.
We
We
can
can definitely
totally
do
start that
that.
over. Um, but the last one that we will look at for playoffs will be League of Legends.
Are they still
There's
going?
not
What
much to
happened?
look. I mean, there's not much to look at.
There isn't any much to look at.
There's
Basically,
nothing.
we just we
There's
won
absolutely nothing.
we won against we won against Soaring Eagles by forfeit because they just I guess didn't want to play.
I mean, there is there. I mean, I was talking to the league team during that little that week and like the few days before the game,
Mhm.
and they were basically saying how they wanted to the Eagles the Soaring Eagle the Eagles wanted to reschedule the game to Thursday, which was the exact same thing that they had tried to do in their regular season matchup. So because of that, they took a look at they tried to take a look at their ranks, but they couldn't really find anything conclusive. So in both of their matchups, we denied it. They denied the reschedule just because of how sketchy their ranks were, and they
Yep.
forfeited both matches.
Fair
That's
enough.
insane. They're trying to hide something, huh?
Fair enough.
I don't know.
But the next one, the semis, I mean, League of Legends is either playing. Like basically, if they lose, they're playing for third. If they win, they're getting first or second.
Mhm.
But the semis is kind of a grudge match between these two
Uh,
schools. That this is the team that gave Xander a hard time when they tried to reschedule, and it's the team that we lost via forfeit. Um,
yes.
it's the one that personally told me to get a hold of my players because they keep asking for a reschedule. And um, I don't know how the league team's feeling, but I know that Xander did not like PSH after that.
Yeah, the league team was not fond of PASH during the reschedule for the regular season match, and I don't think they're very fond of PASH now.
Yeah.
But one thing that's changed one thing that changes for league a little bit is that the semifinals and the finals are best of 5, which is two potential extra games compared to the rest of the regular season. So they'll have to be ready for that as well.
Yeah. Um, and one thing that is great in the position that they're in is if they do potentially lose against PSH, they will probably be facing UAlbany for the third time this
They played
entire
them
season.
3 times.
They faced
They played them week 1 and I believe the last week of the season.
yeah, week 1, week
Yep.
8, and then potentially playing them.
For the third
Uh,
place.
And
yeah. Oh, they played them.
and they beat them both times. The first time being a closer matchup than the first, but the first time it being a closer matchup than the last. But
Hmm. Yeah. So, it really League of Legends is in a very good spot as long as they don't
mhm.
like
Choke.
as long as yeah, as long as they don't choke.
Well, yeah. So it's like here's the thing. It's like it's gonna be a tough road for League because even if they do win against PSH, SHU is undefeated. They've only lost one game total across the entirety of the season.
Hmm.
Every other match has been 2-0. I think they had 1 week there where they won 2-1. They have only lost one total game across this entire season. They
So
are
they've
going
had
to be
one struggle the entire season.
one single struggle, and it
Yeah.
was against PSH.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't like that.
Um, I mean, I do. I think we could be CHSs.
Oh no, I think so. I think so too. But it's like I don't like the fact that. Well, actually, the way I see it now that I think about it more is if we beat PSH, what's stopping us from beating SHU? Because they're the only team that's given Shu a struggle is PSH.
hmm
Yeah.
So like, yeah,
It will definitely be a tough matchup because from what I remember of the regular season matchup between SHU and and us, it was my first time streaming streaming for them, and from what I saw, or from what me and my co-commentator saw, it looked like SHU was gonna run the table from the beginning. They're a strong team.
like from
They're
that
very
match, you guys were like, okay, they might win this whole thing.
they are a very strong team. Their ranks their ranks are actually what they say they are, and they're bordering on the top end of the rank for the division. So they will be difficult to beat.
Yeah.
We
One
got it though.
one thing one
No
thing just to
pressure.
give one thing just to give the Huskies credit is that we definitely over the course of the season have gotten better. Um, just as a team, we played SHU in week 2. Um, and we can see that from the matchups that we had at the very beginning of the season. Like U Albany, we won only 2-1, and when we look at the final regular season, we beat them 2-0. And then the uh, other sort of matches that we had are RMC League, and then we won against Soaring Eagles 2-0, and those are generally like bottom of the division um, play. So one thing that we let me go back to this. One thing that we have one thing that we have to worry about, I think, in league is that we can't get too cocky.
Yeah, that's
Just
definitely one of the things that they need to worry that they need to keep in mind of. 'Cause I think especially in that in the early stages of that SHU game, I have a feeling from what I remember, believe that they were fairly close early on between those games, and then there was like one team fight where they fell apart because they weren't positioned correctly or someone engaged too early. They need to stay in a way humble, I guess.
mhm, yeah, for sure. Um, I think that they have got better as a team. Uh, they have they have won via forfeit like twice, I think, and
I
then
believe
lost via
3
forfeit one,
times.
3 times. Let's see. One, two, and then so two in the regular season, then one in
Yeah.
playoffs. Um, but when they do actually play, they have won 2-0, except that U Albany game, which is 2-1. But uh, they I personally think they have gotten better just of these 8 weeks of play.
Oh,
Just as
yeah,
a
100%.
overall, even as a team, individually as well, I see more of them hopping on League of Legends than they did at the beginning of the season.
I
Uh,
think, the after the forfeit from Kyuka, I think it was, like, the day after, or it was something it's, like, sometime over the weekend. They, reached out to I think it was either they reached out to someone, I think it was might have been Xander for a scrimmage, and, we won 2-1. So,
nice. Yeah, they're usually one of the teams usually one of the teams that have a lot of consistent practices. They practice every Tuesday as well. Um, but yeah, I don't think there's any other playoffs that we have that we're in. Let's take a quick look real quick. Nope, 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 nope. Yeah, um so overall, while we had some teams, um overall while we had some teams have some upsets, some teams that uh
Got
shouldn't
upset.
have lost.
Some teams that have
Don't
um
been
even get me
upset.
started. Don't even get
uh
me started.
I was more talking about T-Bay Rocket League, but
Yeah.
that works too.
Still,
I mean,
Um
yeah.
uh but overall I think that with the teams that we have right now, they're in great positions to do something as long as a lot of them their first games are really what have their first game is really what has them set apart from the rest of the uh, tournament or rest of the playoffs. Because the first game for a lot of these teams, like Silas, like Saeed, um, is what determines overall like their placement. Because if they win that first game, they're kind of better set than they were if they well lose obviously because they wouldn't get anything. But yeah, it's definitely great to see compared to last year's performance. We saw that Gold Huskies has stayed in the exact same spot as they did last year. We uh, and then we had our sixth in last year, but some
I don't want to
controversy.
talk about it. I don't want to talk about it, Michael.
Some controversy has not put it in, but we have had we have had some new faces and new people join in that have really proved themselves not only week in week out regular season but in playoffs as well. Um, but yes, that's what that's at least for playoffs what we have. For like future stuff, we will be having like uh our charity tournament, Winter Wishes. Um, that
What, 2 weeks? Something like that?
it'll be starting the 16th of December,
Hmm.
where we're raising money for Make a Wish Foundation. Uh, we'll be streaming it live to get donations. We will be having tryouts following after the winter break, and then we're um looking to actually get our jerseys also coming in after the break too. We're gonna have some teams also transition to a different league because of, well, this league not good. we
Or
have
because of the
Let,
aforementioned
let's say
controversy or the
let's just say
situation,
for now
we have decided to part ways.
the complications is what we'll call them.
uh yeah, we'll call them complications.
To say the least.
Controversy is going easy on them. Like, it's that simple.
Yeah, we will be having uh a majority of our teams just stay because, well, they haven't had any issues so far.
So
Yeah.
But
far is the keyword.
other teams, it seems that their games aren't as well versed managed by people, so we're probably going to be going to a different place. Um, yeah, we'll try out. I mentioned that. We did submit stuff for player of month, has not been released yet as to who won it. We have our personal ones, which are Saeed and Cooper. Uh, and what else is there? That's don't think there might be any others for future uh events going on. Because we are almost wrapping up playoffs and, well, going to go on break. So I mean the room room will probably just be sitting there, but we won't be holding anything because, well, I'm personally not gonna be coming here to run events. I'll be coming here only just to like put up posters and stuff like that. But yeah, you guys
You know
have
what I'm sad about?
what?
I wanted to start a competitive Escape from Tarkov Arena thing, and Tarkov Arena got delayed. So,
Damn.
but it is, I think, officially going to be like a legit esports game, which I'm excited about. I'm excited to see how that plays out because hopefully it's popular enough to where I can actually start a team for that.
Yeah, if you can find any leagues that do it, just let me know. I'll
Well,
happily.
the game's not out yet, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so sad it got delayed.
Yeah. I know. I know that was like one of the things that you immediately first started talking about when you joined too.
Yeah,
Like, on this Escape from Tarkov.
yeah. I love Tarkov. It's such a crap game, but I love it.
Oh,
Yes.
It's
did
like a
Marcus
toxic
talk to you
relationship.
about mine and his plan?
Yep.
Okay.
He told me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Yes. We will be uh
A
there.
surprise coming soon.
You know what? Yeah. We'll say that a surprise coming soon.
Is it a surprise? I mean, I don't mind talking about it now. I'm certainly
No,
very excited to bring it up.
no, we're gonna
Because
make it.
there's two of them. Well, there's two things though.
Yeah, there is.
Uh,
Should we share the one that we're going to be doing soon during winter break because it's probably
Yeah.
going to begin next week?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah. So over winter break I do plan on doing like an indie game stream, probably probably semi regularly. I want to do it like every other day, and I'm very excited to do it. I think it's a great way to have some sort of content show up on these esports channels. And also, I have a lot of indie games that I bought and never played. It works
Hmm.
out. It works out in the end. I'm excited to play some of the games, some of the indie games that are getting popular, like Lethal Company. That'll probably
Yes.
be one of the first games I play. And
Oh my god.
if anyone wants to join, please contact me. I'm easy to contact. My email is pretty simple to find at USM. It's just Marcus.Jabbar and then our
Jabbar.
college. Yeah, it means powerful in Arabic,
Does it actually?
which yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I actually didn't know that. So the more you know, I guess, right?
um,
If I am not
yeah,
on the if I'm not on the mountain, I will be joining you.
If you're not on the
yeah.
mountain,
No,
A
like,
yeah.
mountain.
Yeah, I
but yeah,
snowboard. What do you mean?
Oh.
I am so excited to actually do this because I honestly, there's so many indie games that I love and would love to cover, but I also there may or may not be a single double A game or a triple A game that I would consider indie because it wasn't super popular when it came out, even though it was made by a triple A developer. But that's for you guys to discover. For now, all I'm saying is one of the first games, if not the first game, will probably end up being Lethal Company. And if anyone wants to join in on that, let me know. And if you
I was
can't
gonna
afford
say.
Lethal Company, let me know.
There was a lot of our Overwatch players do play Lethal Company as well, so
It's
uh
really, I hear it's really good.
And
yeah.
then we have
It
another
is
surprise that we
amazing.
can't say much about now, but
It'll be starring me and Luke. Let's just put it.
if you
It'll be
guys like
starring
what you see,
me and Luke, and every single team, every single esports division team is also going to make an appearance at least once, and we're gonna leave it at that.
that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you guys like what you saw here, trust me, you're gonna like it even more. It's gonna be It's gonna be lots of fun. Maybe a little bit of rage.
A
I
little.
mean, I mean, I mean, you
With
guys.
Luke playing.
For those who know, yeah,
Yeah,
I
with
was just
Luke
gonna
playing,
say
just think
for
it'll
the
be a little bit of rage.
maybe we'll see. I
We'll put
might say
together a
calm.
Phase Jev style rage Taj at the end of the series.
We should make it like a YouTube series. I think instead of what we originally have it planned for.
Yeah, that might work even better.
We'll
I'm
talk about it.
horrible at editing videos. We
Yeah.
will.
But
We have a
anyway,
group chat,
stay
so
tuned. Oh, we do.
Hmm?
you, me, and Michael. Yeah,
We
Thanks
do?
for letting me know.
We have a
we've
group
had a
chat?
group chat forever. Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh my
Am I in
god.
it?
Oh, we do have a group chat.
Oh, that's right. We do. Oh, you're right. We do. The one we've never
That
used.
was I
That
was gonna say
one.
that was in October. Like last message was me in October.
Yeah, well, we have it. It's there. It's there for us
I
to
mean,
use
I
if
was
we ever
say
need to use
it's
it.
there. It does exist.
Yeah,
There is a
it
group
does
chat
exist.
somewhere down there.
There is a group chat.
hmm But yeah, I'm very excited, and I'm down to have other people with me when I do these indie game streams.
I'm
I don't
excited to
mind doing
find
them
out what
alone.
both of these things are because I have no idea what any of these are.
Well, the
Yeah.
thing I'm doing over winter break is mostly just like featuring an indie game a week. Like every week is going to be a different indie game that I'm streaming on the
Yeah,
Twitch, and I'm going to try to cover a wide variety of indie games. I don't want to just I don't want to just focus on like indie FPS games or indie horror games. I'm probably going to try to cover a wide variety of independent games, and I'm very
Yeah.
excited about that. I was hoping I was hoping to make it a review type thing, but I don't know. Hold on.
I was
Yeah. Well.
I can I definitely have some ideas for games if you're up for them. I don't know if it's like if it's like requiring multiplayer, but there's definitely some games that I have in mind that fit into that like indie style where it's like kind of like lesser known but like great games.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it'll be a review or if it'll just be me playing the games, but it's going to it's one of those things where I would love to make it a review, but I feel like it would require way more than just one play session. And some of the games I do have planned, I've played for hundreds of hours, but still,
Yeah.
you know?
Fair.
If it were to be if it was going to be a review, I feel like it would be much better off being a YouTube series, but it's going to be live streamed.
Hmm. Yeah.
I was gonna say whatever avenue you want to go, literally I'm down for. Because I
All right.
when you mentioned the idea, I was just like, yeah, I don't mind putting it out there. That's great.
I was originally going to do it for Halloween.
Oh, oh, I mean we can. I I mean I was probably gonna do that for the next podcast because we would have that conversation with our director, uh, and then we could uh talk about it after
Which podcast episode?
episode 3. Once these second round playoffs things go, uh,
Oh, we're talking
like
with Kat next round.
no, I meant like Austin and I off podcast are having a conversation with our director about a certain server. that
Can I guess?
that will be can I get I
Is it
mean
about? Is
I'll
it
mention it off
ACIC?
I'll mention it off air. Actually, yeah, if you look at announcements.
I never check the dude, I'm such a horrible member of this streaming committee. I never check anything here.
Honestly,
Like
so don't like most of the roster, so don't worry about it.
I never check anything. Every so often I have a sort of decent idea and I DM it to you and then you're like, "Yeah, we should do that." And I'm like, "Yeah," and then we just never talk about it ever again.
Which announcement are you talking about?
uh yeah.
Oh, about the one where we're gonna talk about you guys are gonna talk about how bullshit ECAC is, huh? It's gonna be a ECAC shit show with Kat.
Uh I was gonna say just click the link.
I'm in
That's
the
the
middle of
one
an
that
Apex game.
that's the one
I
I
will in a
thought it
second.
Bro.
was. That's the one I thought it was.
Yeah,
All
that's what
right.
it is. But
Wait,
we're
What'd you say?
we need to talk to the director about that.
Oh
just
yeah, that thing.
yeah, just because we gotta pay for it and then she
Oh, okay.
approve it. But
Yeah, I was talking about this before we started, but I would love if we had like a legit racing sim
yeah,
competitive team.
I mean
It would be so awesome with our stupid little plastic wheels from Logitech and our shifters. I would love that honestly.
I'm telling you, Mario Kart Wii.
Oh,
We
the
need it.
esports Minecraft server. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm talking
well,
like Assetto Corsa or like Gran Turismo. I guess there goes the surprise.
you don't have a
How
you don't have a live bleep button, do you, Austin? Oh, I'm still gonna say it. We're gonna reveal reveal a certain little server that we're gonna
Oh
be doing.
shit! I didn't realize we were still streaming.
You fucking
Oh no!
idiot. Dog, Austin's still sharing the screen. Of course we're still streaming.
Yeah.
Get his ass off the streaming committee.
What'd you say?
I said get his ass off the streaming committee.
Shut the fuck up. Well, I didn't know
But
if that was like. I know that's known by everyone in the club, but I didn't know if that was like something specifically for the public or not. That's why I was like,
it ain't public knowledge yet. Yeah, we are
it's
working
about
on
to be in a minute.
To like the 4 people who are watching, yeah.
it.
Actually, how many people are watching right now?
It
Apparently,
was
it's
at
just
6 until
Sebastian
we
and Grant
started
right now, so
talking.
I didn't spoil anything.
Oh, Sebastian and Graham, they already know. So, uh,
I
yeah,
didn't
but
spoil anything. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
In the
where
words,
was it?
yeah.
Who the fuck plays Spider-Man? What's his name?
I don't know.
Tom
Does
oh
chat
Tom
show up on
Holland?
stream?
Tom Holland. His server is the Tom Holland of the streaming
No, I hate you.
committee. But I personally don't have anything else. If any of you could think of anything else to mention, you can go ahead.
Yeah, me and server did such an amazing job commentating over Call of Duty that I think we cursed the rest of the season for them.
Oh god.
Actually, you know what? Pull up COD right now.
Because we showed up,
We
had an
commentated week
amazing
2.
we had an
Everyone loved it,
amazing time commentating.
and they
Everyone loved it,
forfeited for like a month.
and then they
And then
we
one of their
did.
players went to the military.
What? Yeah.
And then and then on the final match, right?
We were ready
Um,
to go.
we were
Yeah.
ready to go, and then
And
we
then they
played
won.
we were ready to go, and then what's his name? Envy?
Emerge is sitting behind us and goes,
Emerge.
"They just
Yeah, they
forfeited. You guys
forfeited.
don't have to scream." We went,
And we
"What?"
we were sitting we were sitting in that room for like an hour and a half just ready. We were hyped up. We were like, "Finally."
We were
And then and then
caffeinated.
and then he just casually takes off his headset and goes, "Yeah, they forfeited, by the way. We've just been playing."
Yeah, that Hood. So, Rams Black, Hood College, New Albany. That was all just because Mars was fucking doing army training.
Was he
uh,
in basic or
I have no idea. I have absolutely no clue. Hutchinson, I have no idea why they forfeited. Probably because of Mars again. But yeah, they did win
like
twice via forfeit though. Let's go. But
it's crazy because Emerge popped off on that one match that we commentated, and it was a lot of fun, and I was excited to do it, right? And I plan on commentating again next season. Either if I don't make the Siege team, I'm going to commentate for Siege and Call of Duty. But
Mhm,
hopefully, hopefully it ends up just being Call of Duty. You know?
yeah, they're transitioning to Modern Warfare 3 now though. By the way,
Yeah, I'm not paying that, so someone's going to have to.
we're gonna have to spend some money.
I'm not spending $80 for that piece of shit game.
You know what? For real, for real. That's literally how I feel too. I was like,
Yeah,
I'm not buying the game to run tryouts. I'm about to spend
yeah,
$80.
yeah. It's horrible. I played the beta. It was horrible. You know what sucks is for like the past 4 or 5 Call of Duties, the beta has been the highlight of the Call of Duty. Like in Cold War, the highlight was the beta. Modern Warfare 2019, the highlight was the beta. Modern Warfare 2, the highlight was the beta. And immediately the minute the game gets like officially released, they nerf every single thing that was fun about the beta into oblivion.
that's that's something. Uh,
I mean, Ubisoft just announced that they're going to be supporting Siege for at least another 10 years after their 10th year. So
nice.
that's going forward. I mean, Siege might be one of the longest standing esports games of all time. I think behind what, Quake in CS
And League of Legends.
Yeah,
and League of
agreed.
Legends. Yeah, I always forget about League.
Yeah,
Uh,
they started up early. They started up like
They
early.
did.
yeah.
I remember back when they had. I remember when the soundtrack to one of the finals of like 2015 was released for League, and everyone was bumping it because it was EDM, and it was like it was like the cool thing to listen to was EDM, but like over half of it was just League's esports music,
Yeah.
like Ignite or whatever.
Oh yeah, Ignite. Nice one.
Yeah,
Um, some things that will change about next season for ECAC at least is they're adding Apex on Tuesdays, and then they're adding Mortal Kombat to Thursdays. That's MK1. Uh, uh, but
Let's hope they don't mess that up. Oops. I just slipped. I'm sorry. It just slipped.
the funny thing is we are on the ECAC front
I know we
page.
are, just like we were last week.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
all right.
I don't really have
See
anything
y'all.
else. So
All right, it's been real.
I have, yeah. I don't have anything to say. See ya.
Yeah, I'm all good.